Kevin Owens just pulled back the curtain on WWE's creative past, exposing how the old regime treated fans like they had zero memory or intelligence, and at the exact same time, CM Punk just had one of the most emotional moments of his entire career, finally earning his WrestleMania main event after years of getting snubbed. But of course, nothing in WWE comes without a twist, and what CM Punk is planning next might change the WrestleMania 41 weekend completely. There's a lot to get into. Let's break it all down. We'll start with Kevin Owens, because what he just revealed explains so much about how different WWE feels now compared to just a few years ago. Kevin Owens has been around for both major creative eras in WWE, the Vince McMahon-led regime and the current Triple H-led one, and while fans have noticed that things feel different under Triple H, Kevin just told us exactly why. According to Kevin Owens, the biggest change in WWE today is that, for the first time in a long time, the fans are being respected. Kevin opened up about how the old regime genuinely believed fans didn't remember anything that happened on WWE television. And we're not talking about storylines from 6 months ago. They thought fans wouldn't even remember what happened 3 weeks ago. Seriously, Kevin told a story where he pitched a segment that referenced something from a few weeks prior. Something small, a cool little callback, but the higher-ups shut it down. Why? Because, in their words, there's no way the audience remembers that. Kevin pushed back. He argued that fans are smarter than they're given credit for, that they do remember, that long-term storytelling matters, but they wouldn't hear it. The belief backstage under Vince McMahon was that viewers tuned in and forgot everything by the next show. And that attitude? It showed. Remember the countless times WWE would replay the same segment 3, 4, 5 times in one night? The random rewinds of things that literally happened right before the commercial break? Kevin remembers, and he hated it. There's a now viral clip of Kevin Owens visibly upset during a live show. He looked up at the Titantron and lost it because they were playing a replay of something that happened just minutes earlier. He was shouting at the production team, asking why they were showing a replay of a segment that literally just happened. That wasn't a scripted moment, that was real frustration, because that's how things worked back then. The old regime believed fans had no memory, so they treated storytelling like it had to be spoon-fed to the audience every single week. It created repetition, predictability, a viewing experience that felt like it was constantly hitting the reset button. But that era? It's over. Because under Triple H, things have changed. Kevin Owens said it best. Triple H writes his stories assuming that the audience is paying attention, that they're following every detail, every line of dialogue, every callback, and most importantly, that they care. And the result? Fans feel respected again. We're seeing long-term stories play out across months, even years. Old rivalries get revisited, past character decisions get acknowledged, little details are popping back up and paying off. It's why WWE feels fresh again even when it's using familiar names. And that brings us to CM Punk. Because after 10 years of being the most infamous what-if in WrestleMania history, CM Punk is finally getting his moment. It happened during the triple threat contract signing on SmackDown. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, 3 of the most intense, emotionally charged characters in WWE, all sitting at one table, ready to sign off on what could be the most personal match in WrestleMania history. Things kicked off with Roman and Seth diving back into Shield history. Seth tried to make the moment about their past, about betrayals, missed chances, and old wounds. But Roman? He brushed it off like it meant nothing. That was a long time ago. I built this company. I put WWE on my back and changed everything. Cold, dismissive, confident. And then CM Punk arrived. Now here's where it gets interesting. Instead of just signing the contract, Punk started flipping through the pages, carefully, intentionally, like he was searching for something, checking every clause, every fine print. That's when Roman smirked. He knew what Punk was looking for, and so did Paul Heyman. Heyman stepped in with a mic and made the bombshell announcement. This match, Punk vs. Rollins vs. Reigns, will headline night 1 of WrestleMania 41. And just like that, CM Punk's dream came true. After all the frustration, after walking away from the company, after being ignored, blackballed, and overlooked, Punk finally got the one thing he always wanted. A WrestleMania main event. It was real, emotional, you could see it on his face, a full circle moment, everything he fought for validated. And what makes it even more poetic? Punk was robbed of 2 WrestleMania main events during the Cena Rock era. The crowd wanted him, the numbers supported him, but WWE just didn't see it. Now, in 2025, they have no choice. And while Punk soaked it all in, Roman just sat back and laughed. Because to Roman, the WrestleMania main event isn't a dream, it's routine. This is his 5th straight main event, his 10th overall, another day at the office. And Seth? He was livid, seething, because his whole purpose was to keep Punk out of the spotlight, out of the title picture, out of the main event. Instead, he helped book it. But then right as fans started celebrating, the twist came. Because Punk looked at Roman and said, "Thanks for the main event, but this isn't the favor I asked for." And the screen cut to black. A perfect cliffhanger. Now the internet is exploding. What's the real favor? What has Punk been planning this entire time? The top fan theory? Punk wants more than just a main event. He wants a shot at the WWE Championship. Here's how that could play out. The winner of Night 1's triple threat match, Rollins vs. Reigns vs. Punk, advances to Night 2. They get added to Cody Rhodes vs. John Cena, a fatal 4-way for the WWE title. Sounds insane? Maybe, but it lines up perfectly. WWE did something very similar last year with Roman and The Rock. Their win on Night 1 directly impacted Night 2, adding bloodline rules to Roman's title defense. It's a simple but brilliant formula. Give Night 1 stakes that carry over. Keep fans hooked across 2 nights. So imagine this. CM Punk wins the triple threat. He returns on Night 2 to face Cena and Cody. 2 nights, 2 main events, 1 last shot at the title he hasn't held in over a decade. Instant classic, instant legacy. But not everyone wants that. Some fans argue that Cena vs. Cody needs to be one-on-one, that adding Punk ruins the purity of that moment, and they have a point. Cody finally finishing his story against Cena is a generational torch pass, a 2-man story. But on the flip side, adding Punk turns it into a powder keg. 3 legends, 3 eras, 1 title. And it opens the door for chaos. What if Punk wins? What if Cody still doesn't finish the story? What if Cena pulls off the ultimate upset? Suddenly, everything is unpredictable. And that's exactly what WWE wants. Because unpredictability drives engagement. It keeps you guessing, it creates conversation. Just like Kevin Owens said, Triple H is finally writing WWE for the smart fan, the one who remembers everything, who watches week to week, who reads between the lines. This isn't the era of short attention spans anymore. WWE's playing the long game. So if Punk's real favor is a title shot? That's not just exciting, it's storytelling mastery. But there's another angle that's just as intriguing. What happens to Roman Reigns if CM Punk gets the title shot before he does? Think about it. Roman has dominated for years. He's the tribal chief, the bloodline leader, the man who never lets anyone cut in line. If Punk leapfrogs him? That creates serious tension between Roman and Paul Heyman. Heyman's already caught between Roman and Punk. He has history with both, and you better believe Roman's watching every move.